Vision 2026 – Creating Partnership with the Needy. India houses nearly a fifth of the global population, so even the minorities here can form an average-sized country. But when it comes to development index, it is a completely different story. As the country's marginalized lot fare a lot worse than its neighbors, namely Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Over a decade ago, the Sacha Committee report was submitted to the government in 2005. The most telling findings were that minorities like Dalits, Muslims, scheduled tribe and scheduled castes stumbled when it came to social, economical and educational indicators. Milestones of Vision 2016. What struck us right when we began our journey was that these people required support and services, as they hardly had a life of their own. To solve a crisis of this magnitude meant proper planning, the right people on the job, and developing sufficient infrastructure. So first we built a strong team. Then we categorized our tasks into 9 different spheres. Education was the key, and through various programs, we laid a solid foundation for the future generation. For an overpopulated country like India, affordable healthcare is a dream. To effectively reach even the remote lands of rural India, various programs were designed. Social welfare. We also factored in seasonal calamities and extreme weather that are quite common in India. Vision 2016 was made in such a way that their well-being was assured despite such hurdles. We designed and implemented economic empowerment programs to provide livelihood to the poor, uneducated and unemployed people. Our Civil Rights Activities Wing is a non-profitable and governmental civil rights group comprising of advocates, social workers and grassroots paralegal social workers to protect the civil and human rights of the underprivileged sections. Community development programs ensured that backward communities had access to resources and infrastructure for a healthy living. Women empowerment. Supporting women in developing countries is vital to overcome critical social issues like poverty and unemployment. Sahulat Microfinance Society is a voluntary, non-political, non-profitable social service organization that provides avenues for the poor and the unbanked. Relief and rehabilitation. India, being one of the largest countries in the world with extreme weather conditions, requires a strong emergency relief and rehabilitation wing. Orphan care. India has the highest number of orphans in the world, over 40 million. Giving the deserving ones a chance is one way to change lives. 200 partners spread over 20 states implemented 4,774 projects. The total beneficiaries of Vision 2016 is over 9 million.
All the ventures that we have completed so far further required us.
The past 10 years have given us the energy to reach every nook and corner to find the needy. The journey has just begun. Many more are expecting people like us to come with helping hands.
The idea is to extend this program for another 10 years.
So here we propose Vision 2026.
Proposed projects of Vision 2026. Education. Supporting 10 special schools with projects of Rs 20 million for 5,000 beneficiaries. A Rs 100 million plan for upgrading 100 community schools for 50,000 beneficiaries. Supporting the 4 scholar schools with Rs 40 million budget for over 5,000 beneficiaries. Establishing 30 primary schools for 15,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 90 million project. A Rs 50 million supporting plan for 25 community and government schools with 12,000 beneficiaries. Constructing 10 scholar schools for 10,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 500 million project. Establishing Social Activists Training and Research Academy for 5,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 75 million plan. Rs 30 million merit scholarship for higher studies for 500 students. Establishing a National Talent Identification and Development Center for 10,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 60 million budget. A Skill Development and Training Institute for 3,000 beneficiaries for a Rs 30 million project. Scholarship for 5,000 meritorious girls with a budget of Rs 25 million. A Rs 30 million plan to support 1,000 civil service aspirants. Healthcare. 5 multi-specialty hospitals to reach 500,000 people with Rs 500 million project. 10 low-cost pharmacies to reach 100,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 5 million plan. 100 primary health centers, PHCs, with mobile medical vans to reach 1.5 million people through a Rs 200 million plan. 100 medical awareness camps, de-addiction campaigns and medical camps for 40,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 5 million project. Providing healthcare support through 500 Anganwadis or kindergarten for 50,000 beneficiaries with a budget of Rs 50 million. 10 diagnostic centers for 50,000 beneficiaries for Rs 50 million plan. 100 clean drinking water plants project for rural and slum areas for 100,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 100 million plan. Rs 10 million vaccination project for 100,000 rural and slum children. Sanitary napkin project targeting 100,000 rural girls for Rs 10 million. Community health insurance project for 50,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 50 million plan. Medical Service Society services of doctors and paramedics through branches in 15 states for 100,000 indirect beneficiaries. Constructing 500 household and public toilets for 10,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 5 million project. Interest-free microfinance. Creating 500 interest-free mutually aided cooperative societies targeting 500,000 beneficiaries for a Rs 500 million plan. Building an interest-free microfinance research, training and advocacy institute with a budget of Rs 50 million for over 1 million beneficiaries. Creating a project for financial literacy and linkage between different stakeholders for Rs 5 million. Skill development and sustainable livelihood. Forming 5 cooperatives for modernization of traditional occupation, targeting 10,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 25 million budget. Creating 50 vocational skill development centers for 50,000 beneficiaries with a Rs 130 million project. setting up 100 information and guidance centers on government welfare schemes, a rupees 150 million project to reach over 1 million people. Women empowerment. Women empowerment with a budget of rupees 35 million, targeting 1 million women. Conducting 100 courses for skill and entrepreneurship development for over 5,000 beneficiaries with a rupees 5 million budget. Establishing 20 women and street child rescue and rehabilitation centers with rupees 75 million for over 10,000 beneficiaries. Adopting 10,000 orphans and destitutes with a rupees 150 million project. Community development. 100 Gramin Dosti projects of village and slum development for rupees 800 million to benefit over 1 million people. 100 rehabilitation projects for the victims of calamities, targeting 100,000 beneficiaries with a rupees 100 million plan. A rupees 500 million plan for building 10,000 houses for 50,000 homeless people. Establishing 500 Nagrik Vikas Kendra with a 1 billion rupees project to benefit over 1 million people. Providing legal aid for victims of calamities as required with a rupees 100 million plan targeting 10,000 beneficiaries. Ramadan food and Udhiya projects to reach over 1 million people with rupees 100 million. Miscellaneous community development projects with a budget of rupees 300 million for 1 million needy. With a strategic design to effectively allocate the budget, we expect to complete 7,500 projects for 15 million beneficiaries with the support of 250 partners. Vision 2026, creating partnership with the needy.